Makebi Zulu's shocking warning: opposition unity could change everything. For years, Zambia's opposition has been divided, weakened by infighting, court battles, and leadership struggles. But now, a bold declaration has been made. Make no mistake, the opposition will unite. Those words, spoken by Makebi Zulu, are already shaking the political landscape. Is this confidence, or a calculated political signal? Tonight, we examine what this statement really means. Good day, viewers. Welcome to another edition of the InspirAfrica Official. I'm Nakash. It's been quite a week here, hasn't it? The political temperature rising, tensions building, and as always, we're here to bring you the stories that matter. And today, we have something extraordinary to discuss. Picture this: a rising political voice. A man who once stood shoulder to shoulder with the ruling establishment. A figure who commanded attention in the corridors of power. And now he's issuing a warning so stark, so explosive, that it could reshape the entire political landscape. What happens when a former insider breaks ranks and speaks the unspeakable? What drives a politician to abandon old allegiances and sound the alarm about the very forces he once served? Is this the voice of conscience, or calculation? Makebi Zulu has thrown down the gauntlet. His message is clear, his words unmistakable: the opposition, if united, could change everything. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. Why now? Why this moment? What does Zulu see that others are missing? Is this a genuine warning about democratic transformation, or a strategic move in a chess game we can't yet fully comprehend? Could this be the spark that ignites a political wildfire? Could the fragmented opposition actually heed this call? And if they do, what then? What happens to the balance of power that is held for so long? The stakes couldn't be higher. The implications couldn't be more profound. And the question that hangs in the air like smoke after a fire is simply this: is Zambian politics about to witness its most dramatic transformation in a generation? Factual foundation, background and timeline. The revelation came to light during a series of public statements and media appearances that began circulating in late December 2024 and into early January 2025. Makebi Zulu, a prominent political figure and former member of the ruling party establishment, has emerged as one of the most outspoken voices calling for opposition unity in Zambia. His political journey has been remarkable. From being closely associated with government circles to becoming an advocate for political reform and opposition consolidation. The context here is crucial. Zambia's political landscape has long been characterized by a fragmented opposition. Multiple parties, the UPND initially as opposition, then the PF after losing power, along with smaller parties and independent movements, have competed for the same voter base, often splitting the anti-incumbent vote and making it nearly impossible to mount a unified challenge. This fragmentation has been the ruling establishment's greatest advantage. Divide and conquer isn't just a strategy, it's been the reality of Zambian politics for years. But something shifted in recent months. Zulu began making calculated public statements, first in smaller forums, then in broader media appearances. By late 2024, his message had crystallized into a clear, urgent call: the opposition must unite, or risk irrelevance. The timing coincides with growing public frustration over economic challenges, governance concerns, and a sense that the political system has failed to deliver on its promises to ordinary citizens. Zulu sees this moment, positioning himself not just as a political commentator, but as a catalyst for change. His warnings have grown progressively bolder. From suggesting that unity would be beneficial to declaring that it could change everything, the escalation in his rhetoric has been deliberate and dramatic. Direct evidence, quotes and testimony. In one of his most widely circulated statements, Zulu didn't mince words. We have seen what happens when the opposition stands divided. We have watched, election after election, as votes are split, as opportunities are lost, as the people's voice is diluted. And I'm telling you now, this cannot continue. He paused, letting the weight of his words settle, before continuing. If, and I say if. The opposition parties can put aside their egos, their personal ambitions, their petty differences. If they can unite around a common vision for this country, then everything changes. The entire political calculus changes. In a radio interview that went viral on social media, Zulu was asked directly about his motivations. His response was revealing. "People ask me, Makebi, why are you doing this? Why are you speaking out? And I tell them, because someone has to. Because I've been on the inside. I've seen how the system works. I've seen how opposition division is not just encouraged, it's engineered. It's deliberate." The interviewer pressed him, "Are you saying there's active manipulation?" Zulu's reply was measured but pointed. "What I'm saying is this: those in power benefit immensely from a divided opposition. Immensely. And they know it. So when you see opposition parties fighting each other instead of fighting for the people, you have to ask yourself, who really benefits from that? Who really wins?" In another statement, addressing a youth gathering, Zulu became even more direct. "Young people of Zambia, you deserve better. You deserve a political class that puts country before self. And I'm here to tell you, if the opposition unites, if they come together with a genuine agenda for change, for accountability, for economic transformation, they cannot be stopped. They cannot be stopped." The crowd erupted, but Zulu wasn't finished. But here's the challenge. Unity requires sacrifice. It requires leaders to step back, to share power, to think beyond the next election and toward the next generation. The question is, do we have leaders willing to make that sacrifice? Deeper analysis, implications and reactions. Zulu's warnings have sent ripples through Zambia's political establishment. The reactions have been swift and varied, revealing just how threatening or promising this message truly is. From the ruling party, there's been a mixture of dismissal and defensiveness. Some government spokespersons have characterized Zulu as a disgruntled former associate seeking relevance. Others have suggested his calls for unity are unrealistic given the deep ideological differences among opposition parties. But that response itself is telling. If the idea were truly impossible, why respond at all? Opposition leaders have been more conflicted. Some have publicly embraced Zulu's message, acknowledging that fragmentation has indeed cost them dearly. Others have been more guarded, perhaps wary of surrendering their own political capital or questioning Zulu's ultimate intentions. Political analysts have weighed in with fascination. Dr. Chikandi Banda, a lecturer in political science at the University of Zambia, noted, "Zulu is articulating what many have thought but few have dared to say so boldly. Opposition unity in Zambia isn't just desirable, it may be the only path to genuine political competition." However, Banda also raised important questions. The challenge isn't just convincing parties to unite. It's creating a framework where unity is sustainable. Without shared ideology, without clear leadership structures, without trust, unity becomes a slogan, not a strategy. The broader implications are profound. If opposition parties did unite, truly unite, not just form loose coalitions, the political map of Zambia could be redrawn. Single-party dominance could give way to competitive democracy. Accountability mechanisms could strengthen. Policy debates could become more substantive. But there are also risks. Unity for its own sake, without clear principles or vision, could simply replace one form of political dysfunction with another. And there's the question of leadership: who leads a united opposition? Whose agenda takes precedence? How are disputes resolved? These are the questions that keep political strategists awake at night. And they're the questions that Makebi Zulu, intentionally or not, has forced into the public conversation. There's also a legal and procedural dimension. Zambia's electoral system, with its first-past-the-post structure, mathematically rewards united fronts and punishes fragmentation. Every percentage point matters. Every split vote is a gift to the incumbent. Zulu understands this mathematics intimately. And his warnings are, at their core, a lesson in political arithmetic. Division equals defeat. Unity equals possibility. Thank you so much for watching today's edition of the InspirAfrica official. Makebi Zulu's warnings represent more than just one man's opinion, they represent a moment of reckoning for Zambian politics. Whether his call for opposition unity will be heeded remains to be seen. But the conversation has begun, and the stakes have never been clearer. What do you think? Is opposition unity possible in Zambia? Is it desirable? And is Makebi Zulu the right messenger for this moment? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation going, because these questions affect all of us. We'll be back tomorrow with more stories, more analysis, and more of the issues that shape our continent and our future. Until then, stay informed, stay engaged, and as always, stay inspired. This is Nakash, signing off. See you tomorrow.